Good day, everyone. So our lesson for today is about the evaluation of functions. But before we start our main lesson, let us have recall first the PEMDAS rule. So in PEMDAS, we have the parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So according to this rule, ang kailangan nating unang isolve is yung mga nasa loob ng parentheses. And then, the second step in solving an equation is to evaluate the exponent. And ang pangatlo po is the multiplication or division. So, dito, multiplication and division are done next in order as you read them from left to right. So, dito, pwede nating pagbalik ka rin sa multiplication and division. Depende kung sino ang nauuna sa kanila sa equation. So, si division ba ang nauna? So, kailangan natin siyang unahin kaysa kay multiplication. So, same with the addition and subtraction. So, pwedeng mauna si subtraction kay addition. Pero, ang katandaan, hindi pwedeng mauna si addition and subtraction kay multiplication and division. Okay? So, we have the example. So, 8 divided by 2 multiplied by 2 plus 2. So, based on the PEMDAS rule, I will give you 10 seconds to answer this problem. Okay? Let's start. Okay, time is up. So, tama kaya ang inyong mga naging sagot? So, let us see the answer. Okay, so the answer is 16. So, bakit po naging 16? Okay, so we have the division first. So, meron tayong operation na division, multiplication, and addition. So, based on the PEMDAS rule, kailangan nating unahin si parentheses. So, we have inside the parentheses, we have the 2 plus 2. So, it is 4. And then, after that, ang susunod na po is we have the division and multiplication. Pero alin ba ang nauna sa kanila? Multiplication or division? So, si division ang nauna. So, kailangan natin siyang isolve muna. So, we have 8 divided by 2. So, this is the answer, 4. And then, saka natin siya ngayon i-multiply. So, magkakaroon tayo ng 4 times 4. So, the answer is 16. Okay? Hindi siya pwedeng maging 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 times 2, 8, and then 8 divided by 8 is 1. So, hindi po pwede yon. So, kailangan nating sundin ang PEMDAS rule. Okay? So, let's start. So, evaluation of functions is the process of calculating the value of a function f of x or y for given values of x. Again, the y is the dependent variable while the x is the independent variable. So the process is done by substituting numerical values of x to the given function. So ano na yung kailangan nyo gawin? Kung ano yung given value ng x, isa-substitute na lang doon sa function. Okay, so example. Evaluate the following functions at x is equal to 3. So we have examples A to E. So ang kailangan nyo lang gawin, i-substitute ang 3 sa lahat ng x dito sa function. So let's start. For the letter A, replace all the variable x in the functions by 3. So we have the given function, f of x is equal to 2x plus 1. So ang x dito ay papalitan lang natin ng 3. So magkakaroon tayo ng 2 times 3 plus 1. So again, PEMDAS, uunahin natin si multiplication. So 2 times 3, that is 6. And then, i-add natin si 1. That is 7. So ganun lang po kadali. Okay? So, next example. Example letter B. Q of x is equal to x squared minus 2x plus 2. So, you need to replace the x by 3. So, we have 3 squared minus 2 times 3 plus 2. So, we have 3 squared is 9 minus 2 times 3, that is 6, and then plus 2. So, 9 minus 6 is 3 plus 2, then the answer is 5. Next, letter C. g of x is equal to the square root of x plus 1. So replace the x by 3. So we have the square root of 3 plus 1. So 3 plus 1 is 4. And then get the square root of 4. That is 2. Next. For example, letter D, we have r of x is equal to 2x plus 1 over x minus 1. Okay? So replace x by 3. We have 2 times 3 plus 1 over 3 minus 1. So 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1, that is 7. And then for the denominator, we have 3 minus 1, that is 2. So the answer is 7 over 2. Next. Example letter E. We have f of x is equal to the absolute value of 4x minus 17. Then we have 4 times 3, that is 12, minus 17, that is negative 5. But the function is, we need to get the absolute value. So the absolute value of negative 5 is positive 5. Next, example number 2. If f of x is equal to 4x squared minus 5x plus 3, evaluate the following. Okay, we have 1 f of 5, f of 1/4, f of 0, f of square root of 2 over 2, and f of x plus 1. So, same yung function na gagamitin natin. Ang magkakaiba lang is the value of x. Let's start. For number 1, we have the f of x is equal to 4x squared minus 5x plus 3. So, isa-substitute natin ang 5. So, we have 4 times 5 squared minus 5 times 5 plus 3. So, exponent first. So, we have 5 squared is equal to 25. And then, 4 times 25 is equal to 100. And then, 5 times 5 is 25. So, ayun po. Plus 3. So, we have 4 times 25 minus 25 plus 3. So we have 100 minus 22. So the answer is 78. Next, we have f of 1/4. So we have the... Okay, next for number 2, we have f of 1/4. So f of 1/4 is equal to 4 times 1/4 square minus 5 times 1/4 plus 3. So, dito, evaluate muna natin si exponent. So, 1/4 square is 1/4 times 1/4, not 1/4 times 2. Okay po. So, 1/4 times 1/4 is equal to 1 over 16. Next, minus 5 times 1/4. So, how to multiply whole number to fraction? So, si whole number, automatically, meron siyang denominator na 1. So, we have 5 over 1. Ito. And then, multiply fraction to fraction. So, we have numerator times numerator, that is 5 times 1, 5. And then, the numerator or denominator of 5 is 1. We have 1 times 4. So, the answer is 4. So, we have 5 over 4 plus 3. Next, 4 times 1 over 6. So, 4 times 1 over 6, that is 1/4. So, nilowest term na agad siya. So, dito, again, to multiply fraction to fraction, we have 4 times 1, that is 4 over 16. So, 4 over 16, that is 1/4. Ayan, naka-lowest term na. Minus 5 over 4 plus 3. Next, 1/4 minus 5 over 4. So, how to subtract similar fraction? So, they are similar because they have the same denominator. So, to subtract similar fraction, you need to copy the denominator and then subtract the numerator. So, ikakopy nyo lang yung 4 and then si 1 minus 5, siya lang yung ating isosolve. So, 1 minus 5 is equal to negative 4. So, we have negative 4 over 4 plus 3. But, negative 4 over 4 is equal to negative 1. So, pag dinivide mo sila, magiging negative 1 na rin yun. And then, negative 1 plus 3 is equal to positive 2. So, dito, kailangan nyo rin talagang aralin ang laws of integers. So, how to divide integers, how to multiply, how to subtract, and how to add. Next, example number 3. F of 0. So, all of the x in the function, you need to substitute by 0. So, we have 4 times 0 square minus 5 times 0 plus 3. So, 4 times 0 is 0. So, 0 na rin si 5 plus 3. So, the answer is 3. Next, for number 4, f of square root of 2 over 2. So, we have 4 square root of 2 over 2 square minus 5 square root of 2 over 2 plus 3. Then, we have square root of 2 over 2 square. So, kapag in-evaluate mo siya, magiging square root of 4 over 4 siya. Ayan. So, square root of 4 over 4, kapag in-evaluate natin, magiging 1/2 na lang. Bakit? The square root of 4 is 2. And then, 2 over 4 is equal to 1/2. Minus 5 square root of 2 over 2. Bakit naging ganito? Kasi minultiply na natin si 5 kay square root of 2. So, hindi natin siya pwedeng pagsamahin sa loob ng radical. So, nasa labas lang si 5 and then square root of 2. And then plus 3. Then evaluate 4 times 1/2. So, 4 times 1/2 is equal to 2. Parang 4 divided by 2 na lang siya. And then minus 5 square root of 2 over 2 plus 3. So, dito, hindi natin pwedeng isama ang merong radical sign sa mga whole numbers. So, ang pagsasamahin lang natin dito ay ang 2 and 3. So, we have 2 plus 3, that is 5. So, the final answer is square root of 2 over 2 plus 5. And then, we need to combine like terms. So, pag sinabi natin like terms, they have the same variable and same exponent. So, pagsasamahin natin sila. Okay? So, we have 4x squared. Wala siyang katulad. So, copy lang natin siya. 4x squared. And then, we have 8x. Same term sila or same sila ng 8x and 5x. So, pwede natin silang isubtract. So, we have 8x minus 5x. That is positive 3x. And then, the whole numbers, we have negative 5 plus 3 plus 4. So, we have positive 2. And then, the final answer is 4x squared plus 3x plus 2. The next one is the evaluation of piecewise functions. So, the process of evaluating piecewise function is similar to evaluating ordinary function, yung kagaya lang din kanina. Except for the fact that we need to choose the piece or chunk of function to be used for a given value. Kasi, dito sa piecewise function, meron tayong iba-ibang function na gagamitin based dun kung saan nabibilang yung kanyang value ng x. Okay? We can do this by examining the appropriate interval where the input or the value of x belongs. Okay? So, steps in solving piecewise functions. First one is determine the piece that should be used. The second one is find f of x using the applicable piece of the function. So, example. Given the piecewise function below, we have h of x is equal to, we have these three functions. So, we have x cubed plus 2x if x is greater than or equal to 6. We have 3 over 2x if x is greater than or equal negative 5 or less than 6. But x must not be equal to 0. And then the third function we have 2 times x plus 4 square plus 10 if x is equal to negative 5. So we need to find h of negative 10, h of 1/2, and h of 6. So, dito, nakabase sa ating given value of x kung alin ang gagamitin nating function dito sa tatlo. Okay? So, for the number 1, find h of 10. So, determine the piece that should be used. So, yung negative natin, it belongs sa kay x is less than negative 5. So, ang gagamitin nating function is the third function, which is 2 times x plus 4 squared plus 10. So, siya yung gagamitin natin. So, we have, so h of negative 10 is equal to 2 times x plus 4 squared plus 10. So, you need to substitute negative 10 to the variable x in this function. So, we have 2 times negative 10 plus 4 squared plus 10. And then, again, using the PEMDAS, we need to solve first the numbers inside the parentheses. So, we have negative 10 plus 4, that is negative 6. So, negative 6 squared, that is 36. So, 36 times 2, that is 72, plus 10, the final answer is 82. Next, for the number 2, we have h of 1/2. So, since 1/2 belongs to the interval, x is greater than or equal to negative 5 but less than positive 6, then we need to use the second piece of function. So, our second piece of function is 3 over 2x. So, we have h of 1/2 is equal to 3 over 2x. So, substitute 1/2 to the variable x, we have 3 over 2 times 1/2. And then 2 times 1/2 is equal to 1. So, we have 3 over 1 or positive 3. Next example is h of 6. So, h of 6 or 6 belongs to the interval x is greater than or equal to 6. Since merong equal yung ating symbol dito, pwede natin gamitin ang ating first piece of function. So, our first piece of function is x cubed plus 2x. So, solve h of 6 is equal to x cubed plus 2x. Again, substitute 6 to the variable x in the function. So, we have 6 cubed plus 2 times 6. So, 6 cubed is equal to 216 plus 2 times 6, that is 12. So, add 216 plus 12. So, the final answer is 228. So, that's all for today. And don't forget that if you have any questions, just message me in our GC. Okay? Thank you for listening.